Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Solid State SR71 and I'm bringing you guys a commentary. I have no idea when it's over yet because pardon, always coughing these things. I have an idea in my head and I have something that I really want to talk about, but so I'm taking it down right away. So what I wanted to talk about was because the information, or supposed information, rumored information of the PlayStation 4 just came out today. And I saw a recurring trend of the system not being able to play used games. And the system probably, well, I think they said that it's going to play Blu-ray discs, but you're not going to be able to play PlayStation 3 games on it. It brings up a big question on my mind about used games. And it brought up a big, I don't know, I guess a big topic that I know that a lot of people are kind of on both sides of the fence on. Because some people are like, yeah, used games are destroying the market because developers are not seeing a penny of what is getting sold in used games, and instead an outside business is reaping that value. And I agree with that statement, but at the same time, I don't think that cutting used games out is a good idea. Mainly because the disappearance of used games, if that happens in the next generation, because the new Xbox is also rumored not to be able to play used games. If that happens, then stores like GameStop and stores like, I don't know, I don't know what other places sell used games only as profit, but I know that GameStop's going to take a big hit because just about 100% of their profit comes from used games. What you got to realize, and a lot of people don't realize, is how little amount of money these stores make off of new games, and how little they make off of systems sold. Stores really don't make a lot of money off of new games and new systems and accessories. Accessories, depending on whether it's the store brand or if it's an outside brand. Definitely, if it's a store brand, they make profit, but if it's not a store brand, then they won't, obviously. You gotta realize that cutting out used games will hit GameStop hard enough that they will have to close down. They will have no other choice. Their profits come too much from that. Now, there's a couple of problems with that. First problem is, obviously, the layoff of thousands and thousands of employees. It's going to be terrible. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be laid off if this happens. Again, this is all rumors. It may not be true, but I'm talking in a world where used games don't exist. People are going to have to lay people off because the margin of profit on new stuff is not high enough. And unless they make it higher by getting rid of used games, and even then, they're still going to have to cut employees because they're definitely not going to make enough. They're not going to make the same amount of profit that they make now on used games. Next, so it's bad for GameStop because they're going to close down. It's also bad for the consumer because now, first of all, your option for a cheaper game will not happen. So that's the first problem, obviously. And now you may say it's like $5 less or whatever. Yes, I know the margin of how much it actually costs is less. Of course, that's made better by, like special in-store cards or whatever that save you more percentage on used games. Regardless, you will not have an option for a cheaper game. You will have to buy a game at full price at $60 plus tax, and that's going to be set by the company. And with these with the surge of the online stores, you're going to see a lot of problems where a lot of games are going to be way overpriced for too long. If you don't know, if you do shop on the PlayStation Network, you'll notice that a lot of games stay at $60 when in store they'll have gone down to like 40 or like even less maybe. And there's always that problem, and there's always that problem where a game should be like, like $10, but on the store it's 20. Like that stuff happens with tons of games. So that's going to be bad because it's kind of monopolizing the industry without actually monopolizing it. So the companies are going to be taking away your option for competition, and they're going to limit you totally to either their store or to Best Buy or Future Shop because they have enough profit coming in from other places like computers and TVs and all that. They mark up that stuff enough that they can afford to sell games also. Not that they're not going to feel the bite. You're definitely going to see a lot less sales. So you're going to see a lot less sales in stores because they're not going to be making profit off of used games. Stores like Best Buy and stuff may still have sales, but they're definitely going to be scarce. And if you ever go to GameStop, you know that they have promotions constantly. You know, they'll take $20 off of a game if you buy it new and stuff like that. And they will constantly have promotions. Like every week they have new promotions. That stuff obviously gone because it's GameStop. And it's just, everything's going to be more expensive. And with the asking price of $60 per game, it's really hard to justify where this is going. This might be a really bad move in the industry because even though the developers may see a little bit more profit, there's definitely going to be less games sold. Like, as far as games go, many gamers will either turn off and not buy it at all, or they'll revert to Steam because Steam has sales on a regular basis. They will revert to PC gaming, or I don't really know what the other options are. I mean, they're stuck. Us as consumers are going to be stuck if this happens because we're not going to have any options. Our options are gone. We're going to have to buy games full price all the time. And even if your friend has a game and he's like, hey, you know, I'll sell it to you for $20, no, it's not going to work because there's no used games, which is terrible. It's completely awful in my mind. And unless they're willing to fix the other problem, which is the cost of new games now, then they're just fixing one problem without fixing the other. And let's be honest, if the game is $60 now, why would they lower it? Maybe they will. Maybe they'll lower it down to $50, but that's still too much to ask for some of the games that come out today. And they're not good enough to warrant a $50 to $60 price tag. I think the games are already too much. Luckily, I trade in games, which maybe makes me a bad person, but that's what I do. I mean, games are too expensive to buy like 6 games in a week, you know? It's just ridiculous. Anyways, so all that to say that I think that this is a very, very bad move on Sony's part, on Microsoft's part. They're following the money, but it's not going to help, and it's going to probably destabilize the entire market. I could be completely wrong. Maybe it'll surge anyway, but I know that coming from me, who doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of money, this could be a very bad move and a very serious move that will cost, like, I won't be able to buy as many games, which, I mean, I guess that'll just keep the best companies in business, and the worst companies will die because they won't have the sort of attachment that, you know, they used to. But on top of that, let's talk about something else. I'm already at 8 minutes. I gotta shut up. Let's talk about the two systems also not being backwards compatible. That's a cute one. These are rumors, obviously, but if the Xbox doesn't have a DVD drive, none of the games are going to be backwards compatible, so they're doing exactly what Sony's doing, is that they're going to be selling their games for cheaper on the store, the old PlayStation 3 games, so if you have the disc, it's too bad. You have to go out and buy the digital version as well. Sony noticed that with the PSP, with the PS Vita. People that buy PSP games on the market, on the store front, and I don't like where this is going. I'm going to stop now because I'm getting frustrated and this is not going well. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening to my opinion if you made it this far. Make sure you comment down below and let me know what you guys think about the used game market. I know it's a very flexible, not flexible, but it's a very touchy subject. I know that some people are really for it, some people are really against it, but unless they bring down the price of new games, I don't think this is really going to work out too well for them. Leave your comments in the section below. I'd love to hear what you think. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. And make sure you like the video if you liked it. If you disliked it, you can leave a dislike. It's cool. Thank you guys for watching once again, and I will see you guys later.